Last week, a group of undocumented young immigrants visited the New York State Capitol in Albany to request legislators to sponsor a state DreamAct.
Today, we came to Albany to lobby for the New York DreamAct, which is a bill that would help undocumented students in the state of New York to obtain access to financial aid and a work permit. We got some support, but at this time it's a proposal that's still being worked on, but we hope to make it more concrete in the coming weeks.
Last year, the Senate voted down the so-called DreamAct introduced to give some kids of illegal immigrants legal status.
The DreamAct never died because the Dreamers are still here. We're still fighting for it, and we know that there's senators that are for the DreamAct and want to help introduce it again, even if it's going to be harder to pass. And even if it's not now, a federal DreamAct might pass later on. So we don't think it's dead.
And I know that there are many people in the state legislature that would do it here in New York State. If the whole world could see that we don't care where you come from, that if you come here and we can help you to become better people and better citizens, that the whole world will have more respect for us.
Jong-min is a 31-year-old Korean American. He came to the U.S. at age 1, grew up here, and attended schools all the way to get his college degree here. But he could be deported anytime. He's undocumented. Now he works at his family-run grocery store in Brooklyn.
Being undocumented is like living in an invisible prison. You're trapped there behind these invisible bars, and you can't drive, you can't vote, you can't study abroad.
The NYSYLC, where Jong-min and hundreds of other members campaigned for the DreamAct, says it will press for a similar bill at the state legislature. Like many of the undocumented youth in the U.S., Jong-min came here when he was only a baby.
They grew up here, they were raised here. Taxpayers have paid for their education from K through 12. They want to become the next Bill Gates, next teachers, next lawyers, next doctors. And now all of a sudden, at the age of 18, you say, get out. It's like you invested in these kids, but you don't get the reward back at the end of all those years.
The National Immigration Law Center says about 65,000 undocumented students graduate from high school every year. The Department of Homeland Security says 10.8 million illegal immigrants live in the U.S. as of in January 2010. That accounts for 3% of the total U.S. population. For NYU Now, I'm Kwon Woo-jun in Albany.